Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in our previous video, I discussed about what is OINP and what is different types of OINP Express Entry programs, and we also logged in into OINP online account, and we also walked through all these sections and how you can fill these sections. We left the video on settlement funds, so we'll continue from here. So let's say settlement funds. So in this section, you have to declare how many family members, dependent family members, will be traveling with you or will be staying with you on in this PR application. So let's say two. I have filled two in case of me and my spouse, and we have already given the details somewhere here. And then you have to declare how much funds are currently available with you to cover your day-to-day expenses in Ontario for the next 6 months. So let's see if you go over here in our IRCC website. So have defined a specific target which they want, or a specific amount minimum amount which they want you to declare. So the minimum amount of money you need to immigrate to Canada based on the size of your family is, if one member is coming, then it should be 14,690, and if two members are coming, then it should be minimum of 18,288. For three members it is 22,483, and so on. So these are in Canadian dollars. So you can see like what all how much fund is available with you, and you need to declare that fund over here depending on how many family members are traveling along with you. Then state your current or future annual salary for your job in Ontario. So if you have a current or a future annual salary or a job offer from Ontario, you can mention that salary over here. So once this is being done, we'll move on to the next section. In the next section, they are asking you like, how did you learn about the OINP program? And you have to select one of these options. So let's say you learned about it from OINP website, and you select that. Let's move on to next section. So in this next section, you have to upload the required documents, and you have to upload the required documents. So the first document that you have to upload is applicant consent form, which is a mandatory one, and you need to search for this form. It is available. So let's go and search for this form, and you have to fill this form. So applicant consent form, OINP. So that is the first one. So it's getting open, and you have to fill this form. You have to sign it, and you have to upload it. So this is the applicant consultant form in English. So this is the form that they're talking about. You have to fill this form, give all your details, applicant information, your current residential address, and certain declarations. You have to read the declarations and agree to the declarations, and then give your name and signature and date over here. This is authorizations and notice of collection. You can go through it, and then you have to give all the details of the applicant, accompanying spouse, and dependents if you have any dependents, age 16 and over. So you have to give all those details here. And then in schedule C also, you have to give a similar information, and then you have to save the form. You have to put the signature in this form, and you have to upload this form. So once you have done this, you will also receive notification of interest from Ontario in order to fill this particular application. So this you would have received in your IRCC account. So when you log in for in your IRCC account, so you would have created a PR or express entry profile, and in that profile you would have got a notification of interest from Ontario that you have been notified that you can apply for Ontario PNP program, and through express entry, and for that you have to upload the page on which you get got this notification. Then you have to upload a copy of your pass photograph, and that photograph should meet passport or visa requirements. Then you have to upload clear copy of your passport along with all the pages which contains your Canadian visas and entry stamps. You also need to upload the status documents issued by IRCC. So provide all the copies of all the status documents, like whatever you got earlier. Let's say you came on study visa, so you need to apply your study permits, and then you got your PGWP, then you should apply for your work permit. Then you should, you should upload the documents for your work permit. Similarly, you should upload your document for your temporary resident visas. So you would have got a stamp on your passport as a TRV, so you should upload that as well, or whatever immigration documents you have, you should upload in this section. And if currently you have applied for extension, or you're waiting for the result, so in that case you can upload the acknowledgement receipt of your application. So once you submit your application, you pay the fees, then you will get an acknowledgement receipt. You can upload that receipt over here, or IRCC fee receipt, in case if any of your application is in implied status. Next details which you have to upload is education. So if you have a foreign degree, so submitting a foreign degree to the OINP is a two-step process. So if you have a degree from another country, you need to get your ECA, Education Credential Assessment, done from an organization that is approved by ICC. So one of the important things over here is that this is very necessary, and ECA is uh, provided by organizations such as WES. WES is there, which provides ECA. Then you must authorize the ECA organization to share the results of your ECA with the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. So you have to ask them to share the results with OINP. So let me show you WES once. So this is the WES, World Education Services, which I'm talking about. So you can go to this page, you can create an account, and you can follow the steps, and you can ask them to submit your review your education credentials, and then share the results with OINP. So this is the process, like submit your application and receive your WES reference number. Then the document requirements, depending on your I think university or your country, there will be document requirement, and you have to send in your documents, and WES will verify those documents, and they will create a report and deliver it to your recipients. So it could be it's going to be OINP in our case. Okay, so once this is being done, then language test. So you have to provide a language test as well. So provide a copy of your English or French language test result, CLB 7 or above, in all language competencies. So acceptable tests includes your IELTS, it includes CELPIP, it includes TEF Canada and TCF Canada. So your language test results must be taken within 2 years prior to submitting your application. So you have to make sure that this criteria is also fulfilled once you upload your IELTS result here. So you have to upload your IELTS result on this particular IELTS or whatever testing agency you're using in order to evaluate your English or French language results. You have to upload that document over here. Then you have to also upload a copy of your resume, where you will be telling about your current and past work experience, your educational history, and your resume should have all the details of your duties and responsibilities of all the positions that you have held till now. Then comes work history. So you have to provide the supporting documents for all periods of work, foreign and Canadian, stated in your application. So what all documents you need to upload is, you have to upload a lot of documents over here in this section. So first thing, a very important thing that you have to upload is copies of your employment slash work experience reference letters. This is mandatory. So letters must be printed on business letterhead and identify business address. So all these details have to be captured in the reference letters that you are uploading from your past employers. Then copies of your work contracts. So if you have worked on a contractual basis, then you should upload your copy of work contracts. Then for proof of compensation, you have to upload your pay slips of past employer, first and last month of each period of work experience. You have to upload your bank statements showing that your salary was deposited for the first and last month. You can also show your income tax documents or letters from employers verifying that your employment was paid an annual salary or hourly wage was given to you. So these are some of the things that you need to upload in this section. Then if you worked in Canada, from CRA you will get T4s, as well as you will get notice of assessment. So you have to upload those as well. And when you upload those, make sure that you black out your SIN number. Then regulated occupation. If your work experience was in regulated occupation, include a copy of your license or authorization. Then for self-employment, you have to submit all these things. So these are some of the documents that you need to submit in your work history section. And reference letter is a very important document that you need to submit. Then for settlement funds, if you're using bank statements or statements of accounts showing investments to meet the settlement funds requirement, provide the following documents. So you need to provide the settlement funds document. So in that case, you can provide your statements, bank statements from financial institutes where you have your money, showing that this is the amount that you have in your bank. Then intention to reside in Ontario. So you have to write a letter or you have to show some documents which will demonstrate that you want to reside in Ontario. So you can write a letter over here explaining the reason why you want to stay in Ontario and why you want to reside in Ontario in future. And if you want to provide any other supporting documents or you want to provide any clarification, for that there is another section where you can also upload other documents. Let's go on to the next section. Okay, so let's click from here, family documents. So once you have uploaded your required documents, the next step is to upload the family documents. So let's say if your spouse is applying for the OINP along with you, that means he will be coming along with you. So you need to upload his documents as well. So the first document that you need to upload is passports. So for all your family members, you have to upload their passports here. And so your dependent family members include your spouse or common law partner and your children who are less than 22 years of age, including their children. So this is what the dependent family members means, and you need to upload passports of all the dependent family members who are for whom you are applying in this application. Then your spouse or common law partners status documents issued by ICC or CBSA. So if your spouse is in Canada along with you, so in that case what you have to do is you have to upload all his IRCC documents, like with if your spouse has come on study permit or they have come on work permit, and all the temporary resident visas and all the Canadian immigration documents you have to upload in this particular section relating to your spouse. Then your spouse or common law partner's work experience in Canada. So if they have any work experience in Canada, so in that case what you have to do is you have to upload all those documents. And let's see what documents are needed over here. So again, they are asking for letters. Letters must be printed on business letterhead, so they basically want a reference letter from their employers. So that is something you have to upload. Other than that, they are also looking for you to verify that your spouse was paid for all period of work experience in Canada. So you will need CRA T4 statements. So these are the tax statements that are issued by Canada Revenue Agency. So you can upload that, and you have to upload the notice of assessment statement. So once you file your income tax in Canada, then you get your NOA, that is notice of assessment, in your CRA account. So that is something that you can upload. And also they are asking for pay slips, so you also have to upload the pay slips. And if in any of these documents you have your SIN or any important information which you don't want to share, then you can black out that information. Mainly they are talking about SIN is something that you need to black out. Then if your spouse or common law partner has an education in Canada, so if there is an education in Canada, they should upload the document. Like they should upload the document from Canadian Institute, and they need to prove that they have completed at least 2 years of full academic education at secondary or post-secondary institution in Canada if they have completed it in Canada. The next one is you have to upload your spouse or common law partner's language test. So this is a mandatory one. You have to make sure that you upload the language test, and these are again the same acceptable test by OINP. So IELTS is one of them, CELPIP is one of them, TEF Canada and TCF Canada. So if your spouse has given any of these exams, then it is mandatory to upload it over here in this section. Then, if you have any relatives in Canada, if you or your spouse or common law partner has a parent, grandparent, child, grandchild, or any of a relative in Canada who is a citizen or PR living in Canada, so you need to provide the details. You need to upload the supporting documents for them as well. And these are some of the supporting documents which are acceptable, like birth certificate, citizenship or PR document, evidence of your relative's residency in Canada. Then other, if you want to upload any explanatory documents like some supplement documents or explanation of certain number of documents, you can upload it here. Any extra documents can be uploaded in this section. So this completes your family documents. Now let's go to summary page. So on summary page, it will basically show you the summary of all the details that you have filled in all these sections. Since we have not filled all the details and we have not uploaded the documents, it says that there are some errors. So you have to go back. You have to rectify those errors and you have to fix those errors, and then you have to upload your documents. So once this is being done, then what is the next step? The next step is like you have to submit this application and you have to pay the fees. So the fees is $1,500, which you have to make the payment to OINP. And once that is being done, then your application goes to submitted status. So you can go and check your application status, and it will say that your application has been submitted. And once your application has been submitted, after few weeks or few months, they will start with the assessment, and they will send you a mail specifying that your application have been submitted successfully, and now we have started with the assessment of your application. So that's it for today. I hope this video was informative to you. So please consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you. Bye bye.